as a parent, what would you do if your parent, if your one of your sons said that they were getting bullied by someone else?
I do the same shit. Honestly, I think my first, right? So if my son came up to me, he's like, "Yo, Dad, I'm getting bullied," I'm gonna tell him, "Yo, punch the kid in the face."
Right.
Like that's like first things first, right?
Yeah.
And I'd see where it go from there, right? I'd probably like think the next thing I'm like, all right, don't do that. Don't do that. That's terrible advice. That's terrible advice.
Nah.
But if you want to do it, I'll understand.
Yeah, if you get suspended,
but if I'm like, yo, honestly, it's a tough thing to do, right? Because as a parent, right, if you step in, especially for boys, right? If your son's getting bullied, right? Say in middle school or high school, and you step in as a parent, right? Now your son looks weak,
right,
to the other kids, right?
I also think it depends on household, because there are them households that, all right, anybody put their hands on you, whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of household I grew up in. My mom, my pops, anybody who put their hands on you, yeah, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the household and the parent. If you grow up in that background hood, you know what I'm saying, from the hood and shit like that, they're gonna teach their kids that anybody put their hands on you, you put their hands on them back.
Yeah, and I was raised in the opposite household. My mother did not want me fighting.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
she wanted me to be like a certified snitch growing up. Like, anybody does anything, you go and tell the teacher. If you fight them, you're getting in trouble when you get home. And I'm like, I never understood it, right? Obviously, like, I never listened to the shit. But for like, my mother was the type of parent where like she always sided with the teacher. She always wanted right to happen, you know. Like it was always my fault growing up, you know. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I felt like in a lot of situations, it kind of stifled my confidence in like altercations very early on, you know. And I realized like I can never really say I got bullied per se, you know. Like that has never happened. I never really got bullied per se, right? But one thing I did have to learn along the way is like, okay, when it did came to confrontational situations when you're younger, because you know kids always have arguments with each other and stuff. I tend to like back away, you know. I tend to like fall back and like not confront it. And then I had to learn like, yo, I'm gonna get my fucking ass beat if I don't like confront this shit. You feel me? Or get ahead of it. And I had to I had to learn that like pretty early on. I could remember like situations to where people are fighting or me and one of my friends are arguing, and I actually had to like snap for me, you know, like, okay, you're gonna have to stand up for yourself.
And just like growing up, instigators. There's always that one fucking instigator.
Yeah, right.
They gotta get it too. Fuck that.
Everybody catching smoke.
Everybody catching these hands.
Yo, and the instigator be the one too.
They be the one amping up the whole shit because they don't even be up where it's at.
Yo, but I tell you what, the instigator is never in fights. I tell you, they're good at dodging fights.
Yeah.
Yo,
they sit back and watch.
Nah, me, I always been that person to call out the instigator. I don't play that shit. Like, I don't like that shit. Like, you know what you're doing. Stop it right now before the attention goes on you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because what the instigator is doing, they want to see a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, gonna take it off this show. Nah, why you saying all that? Why why?
See,
you
that's smart. Yo. Most people just like they'll let the instigator like do his thing. Like, hey, you know what? This guy got a point.
Right. Yeah. I need to beat you up. Like,
but yo, I don't know, bro. Like I said, if my kids came up to me it really depends on age. Yeah? I mean, if it's like in grammar school, it's a lot easier for you to step in and try to like stop the situation.
Right.
But if you're in middle school and high school and your kids are getting bullied and you as a parent try to intervene, that can really backfire. Because it's like they're going to be looked at as weak, more of a target.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, man, the best advice you can give is like, yo, punch them. And it's barbaric. It's not right. But if your kid's getting bullied in middle and high school, unless like the kid's like a certified like knockout artist, you know what I mean? Like, and your kid's gonna get knocked out, intervene. But if it's like a fair fight for the most, like, you gotta just tell your kids, like, yo, fucking swing on them.